need to tell her to stop throwing her trash in the yard.
I can't get out. Can you give it a little push? Just on the
Are you
tire.
kidding
On the
me?
tire. Roll the tire.
I'm gonna get.
Just try to roll the tire. You can't push on the back of
I'm
the car.
gonna get what you call.
It's not that heavy.
You don't wanna get hernia, you know.
Just so I can get past this door. We're almost there.
I'm gonna get hurt.
I can't get out.
Why don't you help me push by the thing? And
I can't get my foot out. It's not big enough.
From behind.
YouTubers, me again. Who else would it be, right? I got to admit, I've been bitten by the dog of summer. Dog days of summer? Bitten by the dog days of summer. I have got that whole, I don't feel like doing nothing. It's hotter than a bank robber's pistol outside. I think it's like up in the 90s somewhere. Barely any breeze, which would be great for, you know, videoing outside. Except for the fact that the bearing heat will just melt you. I do have to put a starter on my tractor, and it's out in the field. So that's, you know, no trees, be in the sun. Might save that for early morning. But this, ow, you know, head versus steel, never good. This, old girl. I know a lot of you have kind of been waiting for this video. Some of y'all just really love this car. This is a very sweet car. She's a beauty. She's definitely a beauty. But like all beautiful things, it tends to be temperamental, right? The whole hot, crazy scale, hot, temperamental scale. So it seems the more exotic and more beautiful your car, the more temporary. Yeah, you know the word, right? Temperamental. That's what I was looking for. And more temperamental, I guess. She was a good runner for a long, long time. And then I let her sit around too much and she developed some issues. Which, if you've been watching my videos, you know what those issues are, right? Camshaft, no good. Here it is, right here. Be good for, you know, baseball bat or something. It's totally worthless otherwise. You know, a good piece of chunk of steel. Might make a robot or something with it. But as a camshaft, it's totally foobarred. Anyway, this is the project I want to get to. What you can't see at this moment, well, you might see the one I hit my head on, and then there's another car here, and another car behind that, and another car above that, and another car over there, and another car back there. They all gotta move, right? Remember my last video I said we gotta get this car so it'll move, so we can get it in and out. Well, fortunately for me, all but this one up here and this one I'm sitting on move. So we'll get all of these out of the way, and then I've got to pull this one out of the shop and then back into the shop on the lift so I can lift it up out of the way. Because once I get out of the shop, it gets really hard to move things around because I'm by my selfishness. We do have the old barn winch though that we installed a while back, and that's very helpful. It tore up once already, but I fixed it. Then gonna take this one down. I'm gonna have to put a tire on it. It looks like no wheel here. You can't see that, but there's no wheel here. No tire. Excuse me. There's a wheel. And I'm gonna move it over where the Gremlin is, And then I got to put this one back down on the ground, pull it back off the 4-post lift, and I've got to put it on this lift. And you'd be asking yourself, why do you got to do that? Well, there's good reason. You can't pull an engine on a 4-post lift. Well, at least I can't. If you have one of those beam type engine hoists, yeah, you could probably do it. But I don't. I have a cherry picker. You know, got the arm and, you know. So, anyway, so this has to go on the 2-post so that I can bring it back down to earth after I get all the other goodies out of it. And then I can pull the engine out, and then I can tuck her back up out of the way. So that's, I don't even know if I can do all this today. I'm going to try. I think I can get everything situated, but whether I'll actually get to turn a wrench on this old girl by the end of the day is, I'm skeptical. But we're going to try. I think we'll get her done. Because like I said, all of these cars, thanks to the last video you watched, got the purple / it's black cherry, but it looked purple. The black cherry C4 striped Corvette. We got her running the last video. Woohoo! That was a project. That just blew my whole. Every brain cell I had got to working on that one. But we did manage to get it to work without having to switch over to a carburetor. Carburetor was plan B. We never had to resort to plan B, but we had it if we needed it. In the meantime, I do have a little sketch-it video. Well, we'll just put a video at the beginning about the Gremlin. Going to a show in September, and I know this is going to be a Chevy video-ish, but if you want to see the Gremlin, it's going to be at a show September 23rd at the Music City Mopar show, and I'll put all the information in the description on where to go and how, well, not really where to go, but how to contact people so you know where to go, and they'll give you all that you need. But anyway, so if you want to see the Gremlin, check that show out. It's going to be September 23rd in Lebanon, Tennessee, and so I guess I don't have to put the other video because I just told you. But in the meantime, we're going to get all these cars moved around, get a wheel on this one. And that was the brake drum, by the way. Hear that? It's a brake bell. It looks like a bell. But we're going to go ahead. That's going to change. We're going to be putting disc brakes on there, on this car eventually. And those disc brakes came compliments of, shoots, I forgot his handle. It's 68_AMX. No, wait a minute. 68AMX. Dadgummit. Hang on a second. I'll tell you in a second. I forgot for some reason. 'Cause I'm old. There we go. See it? 68_AMX_LS. Yeah, that was it. That's a magnet. You can stick it right to the old Sonoma right here. But anyway, yeah, that's compliments of that gentleman. He sponsored, if you want to call that sponsored, I don't know, gave me, just being generous, gave me a whole disc brake setup for this Javelin. So we're going to put that on eventually, but thanks to him once again. Even though I haven't put them on yet, I'm going to. I've been dying to get to this car, but we need to get this car going. Because the more cars that are running, the easier it is to move things around, which is basically what I'm about to find out today. The cars that don't run are going to be the fiasco. I'm going to see if I can, you know, weave them and but it's probably not going to happen. I'm probably going to take them all the way out, all the way back in, and I'm going to put this one where the Gremlin is now. This one's going to come right back to where she is, only up on the lift, and I'll just park whatever underneath it. Probably the Gremlin or, you know, something. But we got a lot of work. Got to put a starter on the tractor. We still have to do the engine swap on the Gremlin. I'm probably going to wait till after the show for that, unless I think I can get it done. But then there's deadlines. I hate deadlines. Deadlines are, stressful. I don't like them. We still got a bunch of work to do on that Aspen. Got to cut that rear quarter off. I got to get the rear quarter off the parts car. So that's going to be fun. It's too hot today. Let's see. I don't know. Got a bunch of stuff to do. But nonetheless, this is what we're going to focus on today. I won't waste any more of your time talking. Because, you know, get chatty and people are like, you know, hurry up. I want to see what's going on. But here we go. I'm going to start moving stuff in and out of the shop. I may show you a little bit. I'll probably only clue you in on when I start to move the dead cars. Because that's always exciting. I try to move a, 3,000 pound piece of steel that it does roll, but it doesn't maneuver real good when you're by yourself. You know what I mean? So anyhow, there we go. Let's get started, and yeah, let's get started. No, don't put it up. Do that. Break the wheel out again. A little bit more of it. There's a little bit more. Or what? See you later. Yep, that's it right there. Thank you, baby. Well, that put a damper on things. Well, I got Javelin put where I want it, as you can tell. And I've got the red Corvette up on a lift, but not the correct lift. So, well, I wish I could just roll it off the back of this lift. It'd be so much better. But this is what my day looks like right now. I may have to... That's good, babe! She'd be parking. I guess I'll just move the cars in and resume tomorrow. Yay. Can't get out.
Need to tell her to stop throwing her trash in the yard.
I can't get out. Can you give it a little push? Just on the
Are you
tire.
kidding
On the
me?
tire. Roll the tire.
I'm gonna get.
Just try to roll the tire. You can't push on the back of the
I'm
car.
gonna get what you call.
It's not that heavy.
You don't wanna get hernia, you know.
Just so I can get past this door. We're almost there.
I'm gonna get hurt.
I can't get out.
Why don't you help me push by the thing? And
I can't get my foot out. It's not big
push
enough.
from behind. It's hard for me to push with the tire. Go.
I might have to climb out, I guess.
Go. I just tried for a little bit.
You can push. Go.
No, you have to help me with the bar.
I'm trying to help you with the bar. I can't. Look at the way the camera's rolling, just so you know.
Oh my word.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. There we go. Just a little bit more. There we go. Okay, that's good. Thank you.
Mama hands are dirty.
I'm sorry. Man, I'm like 3 inches from going by myself. I never thought about not being able to get out the door.
Sure, let me be inside there.
I know, right? Come on, little girl.
Where are you gonna put this car?
I'm gonna park it right in the middle, right where your car goes.
No, where are you actually gonna put it?
On the other lift.
I thought that's where it was before.
No, it was under the other lift before. That car was on.
So how are you gonna do that?
Magic, my dear.
No, you gonna move the Javelin again?
No, Javelin's staying there.
Oh yeah, you gotta lift the lift up.
Yeah. tell, putting this car on this lift is no picnic. It is a pain in the asteroid. But it's there. She's secure. I was going to try to put it on the front part of the frame, tuck it behind the exhaust, but that wasn't happening. It's sloped. So I got to have her tucked pretty far back. She's like she's behind the engine where I've got her hooked up on the front of the lift. So there's a lot of weight going on the front here. Now it's pretty sturdy. You saw me hanging on. I'm not going to push my luck. But you'll notice I chained the back down. And I did that on purpose, just in case I'm working over here and I get to Jocelyn and the back end decides it wants to lift up and she wants to come crashing down. I'd rather that didn't happen. So I went ahead and chained it down. It's just to kind of keep, it's never fallen off this lift before. I've had it on here 100 times. You've watched videos with it up on this lift a bunch of times. It has never fallen off. But I'm not taking any chances. There's spider webs everywhere. Unfortunately, this old girl, you know, cam wiped out. And at first I was just going to pop a new cam in it and call it done. But I've got a transmission leak right here. And so I need to put a new gasket in the transmission right here. The flywheel, I used an old flywheel that I had laying around. And I don't know why I did that because, you know, I'm cheap. But she's got some vibration. Now, I don't know if that was because the cam was going bad or if that flywheel is the wrong one. Because if it's a small block flywheel, I don't think it would go on. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't. But I'm not 100% sure. I think the back of the crank is bigger on a big block, if I'm not mistaken. But Chevrolet's funny. I work so many different brands, sometimes I forget. So y'all feel free to put it in the comments if big block and small block flywheels are interchangeable. I think they are. Because I remember when searching for flywheels, I think they're the same. It's because some of them said 454, 350, whatever. The big difference is big blocks are all externally balanced. Small blocks are all internally balanced, except the 400. The 400 small block is externally balanced just like the big blocks. I don't know, maybe they just wanted to give little brother a big brother feel. I'm not really sure why they did that. Maybe because there's just not enough room with the stroke and everything. There's just not enough room to, I don't know why they did it. Maybe, again, throw it in the comments if you know why. I know this is kind of a wacky video. There's not any work getting done, honestly. But I am going to show you what needs to be done. We're going to pull this big block back out of here. I'm going to put a rear main in it. Even though it's not leaking, I'm going to put a rear main in it. Because we've learned our lesson there. Obviously put all new gaskets on the front because we get all that apart anyway. I'm going to clean out the pan, get all of the old oil out of this thing. I'm going to try to find that broken push rod. We got to find that. And I'm going to pull this transmission back out. It's like doing everything all over again. I love doing things twice. Don't you? Nope. Not at all. But anyhow, we're going to pull this transmission back out. I'm going to split her in half. I'm going to put a new gasket in there to stop that leak. Because right when I'm done, I don't want any leaks. This car will be like a brand new. Okay, like I drove it up the showroom. Once we get all the mechanicals done, stuff. We're gonna go ahead. I'll probably change the fluid in the rear end too. I haven't done that in like 30 years. We're gonna clean her up down here. Last time I didn't take that cross member completely out, and she is grimy. So I'm going to take that out, clean it up. We're not going to turn my nails black again. I'm not doing that. I'm going to get me some chemical resistant gloves before I go using degreaser because, yeah, you only got to hurt me once before I catch on, you know. So anyway, going to do all of that. Let's see what else. We're going to fix the transmission leak. We're going to find the push rod that broke. We're going to put a new camshaft in this thing. We're going to change the pulley configuration in this thing. Yeah, and then I'm going to do a big smoky burnout. How long do I have to break in them? This is not a hydraulic cam. We went with a solid lifter cam because I'm assuming, never a good idea. I think, again, not a good idea. Smell that? Yep, I'm thinking. Burning. I think the reason that this thing wiped is not necessarily because of the bad oil, partially because I let it sit too much, but also because I had 3 lifters that were collapsed. And the ones that were collapsed, the opposite ones were the ones that wiped out. So when one valve's not opening, it puts extreme pressure on the opposite valve, and I think that's what wiped the cam out. So the combination of sitting and not having a lot of lubricant on those valves, and then the lifters collapsing and not allowing those valves to open enough or at all, wiped out the cam. So if I go solid lifter cam, that ain't gonna happen. Can't, right? It is not gonna happen because it's mechanical. It's not. Oh, I said it right. Mechanical. Yeah, that's it. Whatever. Mechanical. And I put all new front end in this just not too long ago. You saw me put a new steering box in because I had to change the ratio on the steering box. Because I took out the power steering. Because I don't know what it is. You can buy brand new power steering stuff for this car, and it will still leak. I don't know. It just leaks. And I don't like leaks. So we're gonna fix that. I think so. We got a transmission. We're gonna clean the cross member. We're gonna put the cam in the engine. We're gonna clean out the whole bottom of this engine. Yeah, and I'm gonna flush it. Oh, I'm gonna change the distributor. I like the distributor that's in it right now, but as you know, we have a supercharged engine coming up, which maybe you don't know, but we have a supercharged engine coming up, but it's a supercharged 400 small block. And this is one of those Unilite, and I love the Unilite. It's very dependable. I like the thing. I've got spare parts for it even. And I would love to use an HEI, but with these setups, with both blower and the dual quad setup for this car, there's not enough room for the HEI. So I have to use the small cap. Now I can use points, or I can use like the Unilite. I have a Unilite, and that's what's in it now. But that's coming out because spark is, I'm not going to say it's not important, but it's not as crucial as with the blower. As you get a lean condition or a no spark and you get a bunch of fuel in a supercharged engine, poof, everything turns into a hand grenade. With this, not so much. It's not a contact engine, so everything should be fine no matter what happens, even if the timing chain goes, which we're fixing that too. And so we're going to put, what I'm going to do is, I've always wanted to try one of these, is I'm going to try a Pertronics. It might be a no-name Pertronics, but it's basically the same thing. I'm going to take a brand new, bought a brand new, and they're really cheap, you know. This is the cheaper way to go, folks. A Unilite, I think, is like $180, $200 something. I mean, they're expensive. Whereas you can buy a stock points distributor for, it was cheap. I was like 60 bucks, if that much. It was cheap. It was really cheap. Same with Mopar. You can buy a Mopar one for like 50 bucks. Crazy. So instead of going up spending all that money on electronic, all I did is I spent $80. I do know that. It was like $80 or $85 for the Pertronics setup, and another like 50, 60 bucks for the distributor. So you put the two together and you've got an electronic distributor for way cheap money, right? And if something goes wrong with it, it's just like another Pertronics, and worst comes to worst, you can just put the points back in it, right? So that's a win-win. And so anyway, I think that is all we do plan on doing on this car. So we'll get the engine back in, and then it's big smoky burnout time. But which I don't think I have done a whole lot of big smoky burnouts on this channel. I just haven't. Most of the stuff I've been working on has been driver stuff. The Corvettes, I've got such fat tires on those. Well, not this one. No matter how fat the tires are, this thing will cook them, I promise. But my purple Corvette with the stripes, C4, with that much tire on it, it just won't break them free. But it sticks like glue in the corners. I mean, it's like glue. But that little 200 and whatever horsepower engine that's in that thing, it's just not enough to turn them tires. Same with the BMW. When I first got the car, and I had the skinnier tires on there, I could light them up. But now that I've got them big fatties on the back, and those are good quality tires. Those are not junk tires. They're designed to hug the corners, so they're sticky. And I mean, I can get a little rubber out of it on a good day, you know, not on a hot day, because it's all like glue on hot days. But on a cold enough day, maybe with a little water on the road, then I can. But both of those cars have so much rubber in the back that I just can't get them to stick. I mean, I can't get them to unstick. How's that? Yeah. So big smoky burnouts with 200 plus horsepower cars, even if they are only 1,800 pounds like the Beamer, I just can't. I can't get them to come unglued. And I'm kind of glad for that, because I do take the corners around here pretty quick. And then, very sad to say, a friend of mine was just killed on these roads, not a mile from my house. Somebody was in his lane. He was going to work in the morning, about 3:30 in the morning, and somebody was in his lane when he come up over the crest of the hill, and he's now no longer with us. So we'll go ahead and dedicate this video to Alfred. Gonna miss you, bud. But Anyway, that just goes to show good big sticky tires are probably a good thing because there are idiots on this road that drive in your lane. So anyhow, enough of that. I guess we'll just call this the end of the video because I don't have time today to get anything done. I've used this entire weekend just moving cars around. It took me a little bit longer than I expected, so I don't know how much you're going to like this video of moving cars around. But thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I don't know if this video is going to make you subscribe, but if it does, great. Hit the like button, makes me feel all warm and fuzzy, and thanks for watching.